What is Pippa Middleton doing? She's really pissing me off. You lot wanted the royal content? Well, here we are, because we've got a lot to discuss. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with another video. Back at it again with some royal family news. I know a lot of you guys have been asking. Well, I'm back. Do subscribe and let's get into this video to discuss this royal madness from what I'm seeing. But it looks like Miss Pippa Middleton is playing aristocratic queen in her village, and she's been absolutely dragged for it. And I'm so glad that, you know, this is being discussed. It's going viral. It's got 500,000 views. This is the first pressing story that I want to get into. A lovely local village riverside footpath used for generations that connects other footpaths, risks a dangerous road, has now been shut down by the owner, Pippa Middleton, and husband, and it's been contested by villagers as they are extremely upset. It connects to critical footpaths that the public have used for generations. If it is blocked, it will not only restrict access to the network, it would also force workers to go down a dangerous and busy road. But it looks like wealth and renown brings its own perceived problems of privacy and security. There are real concerns and villagers are really upset by this. The 10,000-acre estate owned by Pippa Middleton's family has put up signs saying there is no access across the bridge at the Loch Extern's end, preventing the public's use of the 2-mile walking circuit. So it looks like she's trying to play some kind of aristocratic lady, some kind of queen of the village. I'm important. Look at me and my husband. We're wealthy. We're rich. You are not. We're shutting off roads. Absolutely not. The entitlement and the privilege stinks. Unblock those roads now. I hate when people move into neighborhoods, use their wealth, drive out those who can't afford because of rising inflation, interest and rates and mortgages, and then they want to play around with neighbors and neighborhoods and do stuff and block roads because you think that you can. People are really upset by this. The villagers are, you know, responding back, and I'm so glad that they are. Now, we all saw that video of King Charles on his tour, and there were protesters there who were discussing the fact that King Charles and Queen Camilla and the royal family in general are just colonial ravagers, thieving, lying monsters.
You committed genocide against our people. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us. Our bones, our skulls, our babies, our people. You destroyed our land. Give us a treaty. We want a treaty in this country. You are a genocider. This is not your land. This is not your land. You are not my kids. You are not our kids.
And just absolute waste men. And I'm glad that the protesters, you know, were making their mark on this, because the video went viral. It was right in front of Charles. He looked absolutely awkward, and it yet again is a reflection that his tour was an absolute disaster. The politicians didn't even show up initially in Australia, and now you have protesters that are showing rightful messages, and I'm so glad that they are. That gained widespread attention, and it just went absolutely viral, and everybody was discussing it. That's not what King Charles wants on his tour. Absolute media mess, PR fail. It was miserable. It was pathetic, and I'm glad that in front of his face, even at the age that he is, he's been reminded that we will not rest to remind you that you are thieving wastemen. The word thieving is interesting because Channel 4 Story are coming out with a documentary, I believe on the 2nd or 3rd of November, discussing how the royal family actually steals a lot more money from us than we know. It's going to be an interesting documentary. I'm definitely going to be watching it and probably reviewing it for you guys if I do find it to be intriguing. But I'm glad that we have these documentaries that are coming out. A lot of these documentaries and these conversations are a lot more interesting to me than Prince William's projects of homelessness, which seems like are just not working well for him. He had awkward interview blunders today, and even one of his documentaries was presented as a failure, and that was miserable from what articles are saying. So clearly his project of homelessness clearly isn't going well. I haven't checked up on it. I haven't spoken about the royal family for the past nearly 2 months now, so I thought there would be some improvement. I thought there would be some kind of conversation, some kind of upgrade, progression from William's side, but there still isn't even any progression on his hairline. So why would we expect any progression from his projects? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Honestly, I just don't think we would have. So therefore, it's nothing but disappointment and failure. It looks like it runs in the family. There have been loads of reports of Harry and Meghan divorcing. My friend was dropping me back to the airport in Sicily, and even on the Italian radio they were discussing Harry and Meghan divorcing, and my friend was like, what, they're divorcing? I'm like, what do you mean? He said, they just said it on the radio. I'm like, what? And I googled it, and of course there was nothing there to prove it. Again, it's just conspiracy theories and rumors and whatever. This to me is definitely the royal UK press putting out narratives, as they've done so before, as a form of payback for the mess that Kate Middleton and Prince William had of the year. The Mother's Day international photo, Kate missing, William barely being there, then their video in the woods together, which absolutely backfired on them. It's been an absolute shit show of a year, and everybody's, discussing the fact that her comeback doesn't look that great. It was a failed comeback. It wasn't as great as I thought it would be. It wasn't as lovey-dovey with her husband. She wasn't wearing her ring. She was looking quite miserable. It just did not look great at all to me. I believe her comeback just failed, and now she's doing Halloween stuff or Christmas-related stuff, and she's gone back into the abyss where nobody was interested in her. It really reminds us that Kate's interest, the peak of her popularity, was when she was not there. Of your popularity, beloved, is when you are not even around, when nobody even knows where you are, wondering what's happened to you. And so I do think that the royal UK press are shoving these narratives about divorce rumors because Meghan is not at this event, Meghan was not seen here, Harry was doing events on his own, for payback, also to cover up, also to just throw out there. This has definitely got the UK press's hands written all over it, and I'm not really surprised by what they're doing. It's an agenda. I'm not falling for it. I definitely don't believe that Harry and Meghan are divorcing. That's what the royal haters, the Meghan and Harry haters are desperately waiting and salivating over, because this is what they want to see. They want all of this to take place, and it's not going to work. This is definitely some payback storyline that the UK press, Rota and William, are all just pushing, and they're probably loving it. Yet again, history is repeating itself. Camilla was laughing at a performance when she went to go on her tour, and whether we find it funny or not is one question, because we're civilians. We're not the Queen, the head of state. The Queen, head of state, is not meant to be sitting there laughing at people's performances, whether it's funny or not, because you're meant to have an expectation. You're meant to sit there with respecting royal protocols, which you clearly don't respect and only wish to respect when you want them, because when you are fucking around on a married man, you clearly weren't respecting these royal protocols, beloved, and your own husband as well. But when it comes to laughing at people, this isn't the first time that you've done it, and it's not like she's a normal civilian. She's part of this royal family, paid millions from us. The least that you could do is pay respect to the people who are putting on these performances for you, which I don't even think they need to be doing. Long story short, their tour in Australia was an absolute failure, from politicians to protesters, and I just love it. Their tour in Kenya was a failure. Their tour in Australia is a failure, and I believe that they are in Samoa right now, and I believe that will also be a failure as well. Guys, it's been 2 months or a month, since I properly got back into the royal family content, and I expected something better, but no, we're back to square one. It's been the same shit that has been happening since when I was talking about them quite avidly. Nothing has changed. No improvement, no progression, still pathetic projects going on, and disrespect, and the protesters and etc. It's been nothing great for them. Nothing. Anyways, let me know your thoughts when it comes to this. Do subscribe, comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up. Speaking about the royal family, who would have, maybe shame on me to even think that there would be something better to speak about these people, rather than them just being thieving, lying rats.